want to play so bad. We'll play. We'll play a little bit, all right? Yo, that's my boy. Yeah. Yes, bro. That's my boy. Yeah. No, not yet. A little bit. Okay. I gotta run out and pick up my jackfruit. I'll open the window here in a little bit. It's like 84 degrees. I like the heat. So. Take cold showers all the time. So what is it doing? Got you, Rizzo. All right, brother. And keep telling them. Hey, you saw those clowns, Rondo? No, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna bring it down now, brother. Me, myself, and I. What's going on, DJ? I don't know if you're in the chat, but what's going on, beloved? Miss you there. Okay, you sure, all right? Bada boom, bada bang. Okay. So you see what I have there, right? Now, the Asians are realizing that it's not our issue. Duh. The Civil Rights Act is what allowed you and the so-called Mexicans and anybody and everybody else to parlay and really exist. Now, I want them to come in here, and if they let a mouth, I want them to open it. Because I'm not in the crayon colors. I'm not in the fake ethnicities or races. They didn't exist in the 1500s. I don't care about the fake Hollywood narratives painted by the enemy. George Orwell, 1984 book or the movie, pick it up and read it. Mark Twain, read all his excerpts and his ideology. All right? Because I am really getting tired of you ignorant dumbasses who have accepted the Ashkenaz lie the way to that's divisive. I am so tired of you monkeys. Listen, I had my friend look at one account. And you know what he says? James, there are people who are in Pottersville who've been assigned to utilize the pictures of them that were found with them. And though they're no longer here, no family know who they are, they're utilizing them, creating a fictitious character. He says, I don't know how many, but he says, last time I cleaned your computer, I could see a few of them. So this is what BlackRock and all of them, this is the design for AI. So AI, if you're really that intelligent and you can break free of the matrix, this is what they're doing to you. They call you artificial intelligence. So that means lacking of. Therefore, you're not truly intelligent, regardless of what you learn in your learning phase. When they opened you up in Sophia in 2000, was it? They said 16. I think it was earlier than that, but regardless of that. So we have this idiot, Juan Lopez. Now, this is the woman who's expressing what I learned long ago about losing weight. That's why I says it's important, cold showers and deep breathing. You'll burn more calories that way. They say, well, running is impact. Most people don't know how to run on their toes. It's very uncomfortable, and their body hasn't, because of the chemicals and everything, their body doesn't litigate for it to operate and function properly, which might take a lot of training. And if it hasn't happened since high school, which I ran track, so I always knew to run on the balls of my feet, but I don't have cartilage between my big toes. So it's bone on bone. Yes, y'all, that's true. All that kicking, martial arts, all that heavy weight and carrying in the military and all that stuff on non-skid and jumping, and running up and down and hitting knee knockers. Yes, damage. And didn't even claim that. Whoever has been on YouTube for a while has seen that on TED Talk. See, I saw TED Talk. The thing about TED, where do you think Ted got it from? How do you think Wim Hof learned how to do what he's able to do? And about 1,000 others, whether yogis, monks, Buddhist monks, martial artists, and so on. So these young cats open their mouths without thinking at all. So then, I'm not going to say which one's a fake account. Then we have Shaboy. Wish I'd taken your bet. I mean, who didn't know that? What bet? Who's making bets? This is what I mean. Don't respond to them. I can respond to them because I'll dig in the pockets or have the AI searching to do further infiltration to think that it's going to bring some immoral subjugation or some feelings or extract something that's impossible to do from me. Then we have Mizo 2983. Neither. We simply burn more fat as we do more exercise. You know, stay on the gear if you're real. I'm not going to imply anything else. Just stay on the gear. The best bet with a lot of you pale skins right now is TRT, which if you take it for 15 to 20 years, watch the outcome of that. Now, the sisters, only something I share because it's very important because I know many people don't know about this. Now, I've expressed it. I said, if you really want to lose weight, do your 30 inhales, the exhales, full as you can. I even showed you all about inhaling and taking that one extra. You can do it in your nose, out your mouth. You can do it in your nose, out your nose. If you got a real snotty nose, I would advise you, unless you want to be picking up loogies everywhere, do it in your mouth and nose at the same time. Diaphragm, don't chest and shoulder breathe. Just pull it in. Do it 30 times, hyperventilate yourselves. I've expressed this. You know how many calories you do that just 30 times? Now imagine if you could do that for about 3 or 4 minutes. Exercise, right? Exercise doesn't mean necessarily getting down to an 8-count bodybuilders, prison push-ups, and this, that, and the other, and all the other stuff. That helps for strength. You can get strong just by thinking it, as long as you move beyond believing it. I have read so many documents on women and children lifting cars, pushing trucks, picking up rubble that would have to have a shovel come in to remove after building rubble, because not just the DMT but the testosterone and even in the women, there's testosterone, babies. In that moment of whether you want to call it rage or whatever, it's the mind. So it is like this. Pay attention to what the sister is. That's all. Now, for you people that run around with your fake ethnicities and races and identities, what is it you're not understanding when I read Arthur Kessler, The 13th Tribe? No, I have several other books, but that one is pretty basic and to the point. What is so hard? If you want to call yourself Spanish, and you're not from here, and they're talking about your indigo or indigenous, no, you're not. Now, if you want to say, I speak Spanish, but this is my land, I respect you as my family and my brother. If you're pale skin, and you don't want to be honest about who your grandmother, your great-grandma is, or your great-grandpa, your grandpa, and you don't have Negro on your birth certificate, you can kiss my ass. Entirely. Negro de Terror is not a game. It's not a joke. It's a real documentation, even in the goofy Library of Congress. And if you have a hard time dealing with that, I put reservation up there. I don't know. I think it was on my other account. Because a lot of you lack the knowledge, and it's truth. When I was living on a reservation and I said that, it's not my first one. Everybody thought I was crazy. And then they would come back and they had more respect. And they were like, well, what do we do? I said, live your life. You're native to this land. You have been born here, so you're indigenous to this land. But you're not indigenous as an original individual. You belong on another piece of land to be the caretaker of that land. And you're not there. We all started somewhere. I says what? I says you go from 8 to a billion in 200 centuries. 8 to 8 billion in 200 generations. From 8 to 8 billion, yes, people, in 200 generations. But do the math of what 200 generation is. Does it mean 1 to 2, 2 to, you know what I'm saying, 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16? Straight. And in the branches. I don't think people get how simple everything is. So you come over here, if you're going to come over here and watch and comment because you feel some kind of way, I don't care about India being the most racist country. You got people there darker than people in Africa. Shut the up, because you don't even know your true identity and what has transpired because everything happened over there between the 9th and 13th century. And then here we come along, Scooty Pie, because everybody knew who we were. All right, here we come, Scooty Pie and checking the gates, 1600s. And in the 1700s, it was deplorable because they started stealing and murdering people all around the world. Well, they have been doing it. Then you get into the 1800s. And here y'all come. Hey, what's going on? Hey, welcome. How's everybody? Something's not right. Something looks different. Yes, my ancestors knew. But y'all lack that knowledge. Y'all lack any truth relevant to truth at all. You walk in a fabricated skin, identities of skin, and everything else. And then you have the nerve to be some of you talking about there's only one race, the human race. We're not hue of fucking anything. We're all the original goddamn people. We're man and woman. Because you lack, because of these goofy retards you call scientists and everything else. Because the real ones, well, they get suicided and silenced and go into hiding. While the rest of the bastards who are easily swayed and bought, the chumps like this government, men marry. They're pedos and homosexuals just like the rest of the conundrum. You always hear about J. Edgar Hoover, right? The mulatto. What about the archbishop at that time? What about the head of CIA? What about them all frolicking and fucking one another? I don't care. You know what I always say to people? Whenever they censor because of this goofy censorship to think they have control, it gives me time to go gray man. I don't care about the fact that the little modems can digitalize you in a shade and make you a shade to see your movement. That's why they weaponize everything. They can't take nothing and let people enjoy it. Because you know why? When you all find out they're sick, maybe you'll lower yourselves and realize something. And yet a lot of you who have an issue and come thinking sideways, you'll be the first one talking about, oh, the government and blah, 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 blah. But then you accept everything they've given you. Fools. You're fools. Pure fools. And I don't shudder, I laugh. I work every day to make myself further desensitized. Not to the real things, not to the children, nor not to the plight of the women and the men who require assistance. I shared with you the Hellfighter killed 33 Germans, to which shouldn't have been over there fighting like Patton said. We were fighting the wrong enemy. With his rifle, bayonet in his hands. But there were thousands upon thousands of us who did that. Vietnam, they hide our true history, along with sellout niggas who are alphabet boys and Greek fraternities and Baba Rashan, I'm not coming over there, all right? Who sell you out, church members and everything else. And because they're cowards and frugal and fruity. But when they start to speak the truth, they disappear them or they make a whole change. I've had enough of you weak cowards thinking you're somebody when you're actually nobody. If you're going to comment, articulate it in a way, an AI for you too. Have them program you correct. To be able to articulate it to actually have a conversation. Instead of just spewing out sounds and variables, inaudible, disruptive music patterns. That's what this is. Make it make sense. They have all the knowledge, but they keep tweaking it so that you cannot speak in abundance of it. So therefore, you can't even mitigate a true conversation. They say conversation. My challenge into you. Bunch of retards. I share information to be beneficial and helpful. That's all. I appreciate last night, the podcast. I love all walks of life. I've been everywhere. I mean, I respect the people that's there. The problem is they have an audience who is watching them. And they control their everything and every being. Y'all disproportionately disrespect yourselves in all these lands. And some will say, well, look, France, they're tearing it up. They unarmed France how long ago? How long do you think that'll last? Well, it's known that the governments want to create chaos, so they'll make sure that ammo is given to the most sadistic. Oh, that's what they do. They did it in our hoods that they want to call the ghettos by way of the Ashkenazis when they establish themselves with those who they would deem unworthy, and they walk around calling themselves Jews now. You got a problem with me saying that? Well, take it up with your damn fake ass rabbi. I've had enough of your bullshit. I can name invention after invention. It would take me a week sitting here and naming and the individuals and the inventions. And I say, if you have a problem and you think you're so great, F the Karens and Kens because they're too stupid to even come over here and watch. But if I say, leave everything we created, take your weapons and everything and go, we bypass y'all in about 30 years. Every one of you. Even the monkeys under the ground and those from other lands, patrolled by the monkeys under the ground. It's all going to end. Every bit of it. It's a waste. It's pathetic. They don't know how to pack up and just go home and live. Because they don't know what living is like. Just like the idiots here will succumb to the whims of stupidity. It's all going to end. And you think, because I'm an atheist. That's a religion and a cult in itself. Stupido. Heaven doesn't exist. No, it's there. People just not enjoying it. You need to look what the word really means. It's not in some outer fucking space. It's everywhere. Stop being so stupid. What you're capable of is beyond the scope of this pseudo dumb world they've created. But you like to be pragmatic in it, huh? You're in a stalemate and you think you're moving forward. I have friends who became millionaires. And then I saw them get involved in a lifestyle. Now you can barely even talk to them. Why? Because the money made them. After they made the fiat. Worthlessness. So they become as worthless as the empty dollar itself. Now, we could take the dollar and make it something. We don't need the government nor anybody or anything. We don't need them to make anything. We don't need nothing coming in because they destroyed everything here. We can regrow, refertilize, and change the dynamic of everything from the terrorists in positions. But you're too dumb to come along and get together. That's all.